All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are we this week? Hopefully everyone is having a good time. Hello, hello, hello. All right, who do we got? We've got Lynn McCurdy in the High Desert Modular Model Railroad Club. We've got Mom and Son Train Rail Fans, Tommy and Ray. We got BCF Parts. We got Rail Fan K. And all to the wonderful lurkers, to those who are going to be watching this post live stream. Welcome all and everyone to the Icey Railway. Hopefully you guys had a great week. It was definitely a long week. My goodness. Real life kicked me in the butt a little bit. Work kept me busy. I've been editing like a madman. I've got 3 more videos left and the mega project would be complete. But this one video is going to be like 5 minutes long, but it's taking like 9 hours, 10 hours plus of preparation work, which you guys will definitely understand why it took me that many hours to get done. So that's why I haven't really participated in a lot of live streams. I've been watching it kind of on the back end, kind of as a white noise, because I've just been so freaking busy doing a lot of these videos. But I think you guys will like what I got coming up as far as that mega project. I'm excited. I want to give some spoilers, but you guys will see. I'll formally announce it when the project starts. So I'm definitely excited for that. Yep, from the California desert. Yep. Happy Friday to everyone. Yep, and again, thank you guys so much for joining us on the Friday evening of all places that you can be on a Friday. You guys chose this little neck of the woods, so I greatly appreciate it. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. So the way I'm doing it, I tend to do things on the first take. I know it's not necessarily the greatest thing in the world to do, but I just do my first take and go. But there's a lot of preparation work in order to do that style that I'm doing. And this particular video, it's not necessarily hard work of editing. It's more of gathering it's data collection and management that I'm trying to do to present the video. Yeah, it's just taking forever, but it's going to be so worth it. It's really what the hobby is all about, and I can't wait. I can't wait. So speaking of raw footage, I don't know if you guys have noticed. So this episode is going to be a little bit more heavy on just more the admin side of the Icey Railway. I do have a train ready to go. We'll get that going here shortly, but we do have a lot of announcements to make, which I am quite excited for because this little guy came in today. So I am definitely excited to share that. We've got, let's see, there was something else too. A few other things. Oh yeah, and you guys made. We'll go ahead and start doing some announcements. So you guys made another great milestone. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. Oh yeah, and that was the other thing. There was some other things I want to talk about. So you guys did it. Another huge achievement. Another huge achievement. Yep, keep it simple. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So, I'll go ahead and bring this up. You guys are killing it. Freaking 2,500 subscribers. We got to that yesterday, and then we got about 15 more today. You guys are freaking crushing it. The Icey family is over 2,500 family members strong. You guys are insane with this. Again, I appreciate that. Again, my goal for the channel is that when you subscribe, that I make it worth it. So I try to do a wide variety of things. I try to do train shows, try to do rail fanning, try to do a lot of engineering stuff. Again, my style of the hobby is I'm a rail fanner first and foremost when it comes to the hobby. So you'll get a lot of kind of just chase buys. And yeah, you guys are freaking awesome. And so, you know, we're talking about the raw footage that you were talking about there, Lynn. So we created a brand new kind of series called the Fun Run Minis. Originally, I was doing fun runs that were like an hour long for you guys to just watch and have fun with. But the reality of it is, I think you guys like it just one train going through, keeping it short and simple. You know, going back to that KISS model that Lynn just kind of mentioned there. So it's like, you know what? Let me take it back to roots. Let's keep it short and see what happens. Well, it's a huge success. You guys are definitely enjoying that type of content viewership, and that's going to be here to stay. And what it indirectly allows me to do is actually have a video come out every day, which is something I've been trying to crack for a while now. I've only been able to do like a mainstream video Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But with the Fun Run Minis, what that allows me to do is actually get a quick small video, mainline video out every day. And what that allows us to do is to work on this. So when we hit 2,500 subscribers, all right, Kyle Stevens, yeah, no worries. Thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you so much for dropping by. That's one thing I love about YouTube is they can always watch it on the replay as a video. It's a great system. Twitch needs to learn that. So when we hit 2,500 subscribers, I got a notification saying that, oh, start your new journey. It's like, wait, what's this? And the channel finally got updated for the 3,500 so we can, guys, get you your emotes. Because before, it was under the old system of 4,000 watch hours and like 10 million short views. So it got updated, which means we're almost 740 hours away from you guys getting emotes. And, you know, the whole part of the monetization, membership, and all that. So we're this close. And I think my 365 resets at Christmas. So that's kind of hopefully we can get you guys emotes by Christmas. And that's kind of, I'm going to be working hard these next couple months to see if we can get there. So I'm excited. I'm working my butt off to see if we can get there. If not, then that'll be a huge goal for me next year. I think we'll definitely hit it next year. But we're so close. It's fantastic. So, yeah, I wanted to give you guys that news. So, yeah, lots of cool things. So, yeah, again, thank you guys so much. You guys are killing it. Again, these are your achievements. I'm just here sharing my favorite hobby in the world. Or the world's greatest sandbox hobby, which is model railroading. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So I guess that's a good transition point to our next announcement. I think we can make our next announcement. So, I got in the mail today, and Bernard over at Mini Prints kind of announced that all of his Texas scans were complete. And who else went to Texas? Oh, I don't know. Maybe this little guy right here. I know it's kind of small. Doing it on purpose. So this is the O gauge Rayron. I'll show you guys a better image in a second. All right, so now that you guys got the little T's there, let's take you guys to... All right, so here it is, finally. The long and behold Rayron scan. So I can finally reveal it. Took a hot minute. Thank you guys so much for your patience. But if you go over to Mini Prints, go over to Shop and the Minimes, it's all listed in alphabetical order. The Rayron figure is available. So we go down here. We go down to the R's. Again, there's so many awesome people here. So here's little old me right here. So the Rayron VR mini print is available. Not only that, I thought it was only going to be in the HO scale because that was kind of the paperwork that I filled out. But on top of that, you guys can get an N scale. Really small for N scale, so good luck with that. HO scale, S scale, and O scale are also available. So there it is. There's my uniqueness. I told you guys that I wasn't going to be a human. I was going to dress up. I wanted you guys to have a dragon on your layout. And so this was basically the costume that I had. Split Rock, how are you, good sir? Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome, welcome all. Hopefully you are doing well, my friend. So yes, the Rayron minifigure is out, and I'll also put a link here so you guys can quickly access it. All right, so let's talk about this costume a little bit. So you guys, I gave kind of a teaser of what the minifigure was going to look like over on the community tab when I was down there and kind of doing a wrap-up post saying that it was such a great time, and it was. If you guys, let's see guys, yeah, pretty much. Oh, good, you got the stickers. Awesome. Great to hear. Yeah, which reminds me, I got to do wave 2 of my stickers here soon. I got a whole bunch of people that I still got to mail it out. I've been busy because, again, I've been working on this mega project that I'm excited for. So that's taking up all of my time right now. I'm hoping to have that done by the end of this weekend so I can start going back to, you know, watching streams again, interacting in stream, and all that stuff. So yeah, so this is basically the outfit. So I found this mask because I was going through. It's like as soon as Bernard announced that he was doing these full body scans, like almost 2-3 years ago, it's like I need to have a dragon mini me on the layout. So it's like I started to research. Okay, what kind of costume did I want? And I was looking for some head masks to see if I can get the shape of the horns going back, and I found this one on Amazon of all freaking places. It's like, that's him. That's the mascot. Awesome, Lynn. 315. Yep, there you go. There you go. So I found this mask, and then I started to debate what pose I really wanted. So originally, I always liked the idea of having cloaks, because again, I'm a big fan of Star Wars, not necessarily Disney Star Wars, but I like cloaks and everything. I know it's kind of corny down here with the feet, but it was the best I could have done. And I had wings to go with this, but there was so many problems with the wings with this costume. First off, it was a strap type of wings, and the cloak and the strap were just not working well together. And then the other problem was that it was so detailed and it was so thin that I don't even think it was going to work in the scan. And then I was talking to Bernard, and I was like, yeah, we're kind of glad we didn't go with the wings because it just wouldn't have worked, especially with the wings that I had brought. And so it's still kind of up in the air if I'm going to do another scan with wings or not. It's complicated. But I also had this little orb that was holding, kind of like a mage or a magician or whatever you want to call it. And it was unfortunately too reflective for the scan. So Bernard was just gonna self-insert a spherical device thing to go into my hands, but I had claws that I bought for the costume. I had bought the kind of dragon feet at the bottom. But yeah, that's pretty much the outfit. I'll switch over to a different camera here to see if you can see it here, the different gauges. But I'm super happy how this came out. I'm excited that you'll have a Ray-Ron on your layout. And there's a wide variety of things that you can do. Obviously, Halloween's coming up, so it could be a trick-or-treater. You can do like a circus. I mean, there's so many different practicalities to it. I just wanted to be different, you know. Everyone else was just doing the human self. It's like, no, we're gonna take this to the next level a little bit. Let's see if I can have this stand up. Yeah, it's not standing up. But I'll show you guys the different scales here. Let's see here. So let's go to the bench cam. Okay. So let's get you guys elevated here. So again, there it is right there. This is the O gauge version. And then this is the HO version. The details are still pretty good. Like, there's a reason why I want to get a resin printer, because resin just highlights all the details. Yeah, not really the greatest to capture, but again, I'll just use the O gauge so you guys can kind of see the detail. It came out so good. Like, I was a kid in the candy store when I got this in the mail today. But yeah, that's definitely a memorable event. So yeah, I absolutely love this. And I'll do a video on these to really highlight these. I'll probably get that video out tomorrow, because I really want to get these highlighted. So yeah, Ray-Ron is available in those scales, and I am excited. Again, props to Bernard from Mini Prince. He knows what he's doing. I know he's got a whole bunch of Halloween specials going on right now. So yeah, don't forget that floating kind of witch type of thing with the light. It looked pretty cool with the fiberglass light. But yeah, definitely looked pretty good. Thank you. Again, all props go to Bernard and Mini Prince. Absolutely. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Yep, so the next visit, August 24, yep, for the National Model Railroad Association Convention, Long Beach, California. Yep. Again, it is $90 to get a scan, but for the scan, you get the body scan. You could potentially get the file for it. And then you get 5 figures, and then Bernard threw in the O gauge one as well, which is pretty cool. I wish I can do resin. I still have to figure how to do that logistically, because I've got cats and pets and everything. I don't want them getting to it, so got to figure it out. I did, yeah. I dressed up for it. I had so much fun with it. I've got I do want to do a human scan as well, but I found something really cool. I'll go ahead and share it now, because it's not really as cool as this one, to be honest. I really want this one to be a surprise, because I had so much fun with the scan. It was so much fun. The next one I'm gonna do is I'll do a human self, so you'll have a dragon and a human, but I found at Walmart a dragon that you can put on your shoulder, and I'll scan it with that one. And I think that would be pretty cool too. And then that'll probably be all the scanning that I'll do. So you'll have the human and then the dragon form, which would be pretty cool. But man, it's unreal. It's unreal because it's like I had the concept for a couple years now when Bernard announced, like, man, if I ever get the opportunity, it's like, here we are. I mean, look. I'm so giddy. It's just so funny. I love it. I love it. All right. So, tell you what, guys. Let's do this. Shall we play a game? Shall we play a game? I think we should play a game. Well, hang on, Mom and Son. Give me about 5 minutes. We're going to play another game real quick. All right, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 15. When I put start in the chat, guess the correct number, and you could win a prize. Go ahead and start. Guess the number between 1 and 15. The first person to get it right wins a prize. And you guys already know what the prize is. Go ahead and start guessing a number between 1 and 15. Who's going to get this lucky number first? Go ahead and type your numbers in the chat. And I'll press stop when someone has won. So keep guessing. Keep going. Dude. All right, and we're going to go ahead and stop right there. The number has been selected. And for transparency's sake, the lucky winner is... There's number 2. Mom and Son, Train Rail fans, congratulations. You are the winner of the giveaway today. A $20 gift certificate to Mini Prince. So congratulations. We will be in touch. I will email you your prize. Congratulations, Mom and Son, Train Rail fans. The Jeopardy music, yep. So, congratulations. I'll send you an email. All right. Yeah, congrats, Mom and Son. Congrats. All right. I think I have... Yeah, I have your email. And what's cool about that is that the O scale size... And that's the thing about it, too, is that the O gauge... Or the O size for the Ray Run figure can be used for, like, D&D, for tabletop gaming. There's a lot of applications to it. And that's kind of why I went that direction. Because not only can you use it for model railroading, you can use it for tabletop gaming. Because you better believe in my next D&D game session, I'm going to use my old cage as well. Yep, have a good night. Thank you so much for dropping by. Alright, so let me take a look at the title here, make sure we got everything. So we got the mini-me announcements. Yeah, we'll get that video out. Talked about the 2500 awesomeness. I think we're on to the train. And then we'll sit back and relax. Yay! And see, and that's all. Send me pictures, okay? I'll share that in a heartbeat. So yeah, if you guys order a Rayron figure, please find a way to just put on on a community tab post or something. I will definitely share that. I'll probably make like a compilation video of it too. Kind of like a recap. So yeah, send me all of those pictures. And then we'll go from there. Oh no, Lynn, what are you doing? Are you behind? No, Lynn, what are you doing? Are you behind? uh. uh. Oh, no. Yeah, I'll probably have to figure out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, so either your internet lagged up on you or your inputs lagged. I've never seen that before. And that's why I try to do the start stop, because I know there's some lag when it comes to my announcements. Hmm. It's all good. You gotta love technology, right? Love it when they work. A pain in the rear when they don't. And they spaz out. It's all good. Alright. So for today's train, I figure with the 2,500 subscribers, you know what? Let's go back to an old classic train that I love putting together. One of the first train sets that I put together on this channel back in Christmas. So this is the Bigboy. You guys know I'm a big fan of the Bigboy, but today we've got our 1982 Heritage Diesel for Missouri Pacific, and we're running the Colorado Eagle train today. So we'll go ahead and get that going for you guys. All right. This is probably one of my favorite passenger trains behind the California Zephyr train that I got. But it's just something about that blue and white that just screams, winter, ice. Blue's obviously my favorite color. There's just something majestic about it. And just having it all together like this is pretty cool. And you can see it takes about almost a good half of the layout. I decided to put the box cars on because why not? Yeah, so here's the thing. If I'm contemplating, because I want to get some of the train track software that does for operations, that actually scans like a little scan disk thing. I want to do a switching layout, but it's actually going to be somewhat, it'll be not necessarily prototypical, but I'm going to use Missouri Pacific. I've got so much Missouri Pacific equipment that it's quickly becoming my favorite fallen flag railway. And if I would ever want to do something prototypical, I would do Missouri Pacific in a heartbeat. Oh yeah, that's gonna be another interesting thing. So I think we may, again, I gotta ask Fairy VR nicely, but I think we're going to get our first Amtrak content. It'll probably be mostly photos, but Fairy VR is gonna be going on an Amtrak ride. So we'll be taking the Texas Eagle and the Sunset Limited, which would be way cool. So I can't wait. Yes, BCA parts, and there's actually a company that makes it. I will actually showcase it for you guys because it's something that I really want to get into. And matter of fact, the latest train show, I got to meet the owner, and I already know the co-owner. And one of these days, I'll have him on the show. because I think the technology is awesome. Oh, Google, what the heck are you doing? It's an RFID, yeah. Yep. That's exactly it. So we'll take a quick field trip. Okay. So let's take a quick field trip. This is a company called Train Tracks with 3 X's or 2 X's. 2 X's. Okay. So basically, that's exactly what it is. There's a small RFID chip that you buy and you put it on the bottom of the truck. And when it goes over the sensor, see if I can find it here. So yeah, there's a RFID reader that you put underneath the tracks, and as the car goes underneath, there's a little RFID chip that you put onto the truck. And as it glides over, I was asking the guy, and again, that video will come out. It reads it through, I believe, a Raspberry Pi, and you connect that Raspberry Pi into. I gotta look at the system again. It's been a while since I've looked at the schematic of this, but they've got it where it's capable to go into JMRI, and then you can see the picture. It's basically like digital car carts, but it's basically a graphic user interface GUI system, and it'll read it. So I love this idea, and something I really want to test, because I think on my 2 modular switching layout, I want to install this system onto there just to demonstrate it. Let's see. So yeah, here's a little RFID reader right here that you put onto the truck. Here's the little scanner that goes on the bottom of the track. And I think there's... I want to see if I can find that picture. They have a picture of how it all works. Yeah, so it's a Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi connects to the Ethernet. And then I can't remember how the rest of it works. It's something I got to experiment with before I can truly speak to it. But what I love about this is that they have like this main dashboard for train tracks. And they got this little QR code. So you scan this into your phone. Let me see here. I want to show I'm scanning it. So I think it's the coolest thing ever. Because you have JMRI integration, you scan the QR code and it automatically pops up with your switch list. And you can actually, on your phone, tap it and put a little check mark on the split switch. So that way you don't even have to use your like print it out and so forth. And what I'm not sure about this is that when you check mark it, if it automatically updates JMRI on the back end of it, so that you don't have to deal with it when the session's over. It'll automatically move everything when you do the check mark. And that's why I kind of want to invest in the system a little bit to see how that works, because I'm really interested. And there's other applications that I can do with this, like block detection. As you guys saw, the image came up when the train went over the tracks. Was like, you know what? I can probably use that too for a block detection system. I can see that on, my ops board. It's like, hey, train, Bigboy 4018 went over this section, and here's like the photo of it. So it'd be an interesting way to visualize block detection versus seeing it from a current perspective with, the red and black and green when it goes into that section. So, yeah, it's definitely interesting technology that I want to get into. And my latest train show video, I interviewed the guy, the owner of Train Tracks. So I'll leave a link down here. But it's definitely something I want to get into. Obviously, for this layout, though, I'm not going to use it. I'm going simple. Well, not necessarily simple, but good old school car cards. So yeah, we got, again, I've been so far behind on getting these done. Again, I love car cards because of the role play aspect to them, that you can actually see what's inside the cars. So that's why I went with that system. Let's see, let's get you guys on the bridge camera. My Lonely GP 38 there, Mopac. Yeah, I really and even with the passenger cars too, they got some pretty slick schemes with that blue and white. It's amazing what you can do with just two colors. And one of these days, I need to join the Mopac Historical Society because they've got this magazine that comes out. And when I go to my local NMRA divisional meeting, they typically have there's a person there that's part of it and just puts in magazines down for those who want it for free. And I grabbed a few of them. It's like, man, I need to be a part of this. Because one thing I didn't even realize Mopac had. Let me see, Mopac Historical Society. Do. Yeah, so I need to get this edition. I keep forgetting ordering it. Like freaking Mopac had Baldwin engines. Like what? And it's not even a centipede. I didn't even realize Baldwin had a 4-axle diesel, let alone these DR44 1500s. Like what? That's right down my alley. It's unique. It's under my heritage tree, and it's on the Mopac. I've got those on pre-order, Split Rock. Yeah, I think Atherin came out with the F units. I think Rapido's coming out with the E units. I mean, let me look at my pre-order list. I know BLI is coming out with the Fantasy Shark nosed Mopac units, which I can't wait to get. Yep, baby face. It's like there's an A, B, and an A. Of all things, like this is the type of stuff I want. It's unique, and I love it. You can. Ooh, okay. I will have to keep my eyes open. Nice. Yeah, get the shells. Yeah. Yep. Yes, I'm planning to get a few of those Alcos. It's on my to-do list. Yep. So yeah, Missouri Pacific had a lot, and it's got a lot of history to it as well. So if I ever were to get into like hardcore prototypical modeling, obviously I would keep it to like a point to point, but I would do Mopac in a heartbeat. Let me double check my pre-order list, cause yeah, I've got a whole bunch on pre-order. Yes, the PAs. Yes. I think I've got those on pre-order as well. This unit, yeah. So December really killed me. Not a bad idea, BCF parts. Yeah, the PAs were gorgeous. So the things that I've got on order that I know I got from Mopac as well. So F9s, they were coming out. The P units. I think I actually missed. So I missed the PAs. I thought I had some on pre-order. I think Rapido had them for the PAs, if I remember correctly. I'll show you the E units that I have. They're in DC, and it needs a little bit of repair. But let me go grab those real quick. These were the engines that really got me into Mopac and really started my adventure into like the Heritage Fleet and the Fallen Flags of Union Pacific. These are Concors. And I think I need to remotor them because they are pretty old. But the scheme is so nice. So yeah, here's the E units. Make sure I'm saying that right. So yeah, these are EMD E8 Missouri Pacific. Currently they're in DC. I'll eventually convert them over to DCC because I want to see these engines pulling this train. This is the dummy unit. I'll have to put gears and drive shafts and a motor in it. But yeah, they're just super, super gorgeous paint scheme. They got the eagle wings on the front. Missouri Pacific lines. Yep. But yeah. Very, very gorgeous engines. Good old Mopac. Mystic, how are you, good sir? Hopefully you're having a good week on the N-Scale side of the house. If you missed my earlier announcement, Rayron figures available on mini prints. N-Scale, HO, O, and S. So, there it is. The Ice Dragon figurine. Alright, for those of you who are lurking new to the channel or just dropping in, we are running the Bigboy 4018, 2 water tenders from Scale Trains, a MTH Missouri Pacific 1982 Heritage Unit, SD70 Ace, along with Riverossi AHC coaches and Atherin Blue Box boxcars. This is a fantasy train. By no means is it prototypical. But I figure I go back to my roots. This is kind of the first train set that I streamed on this channel. It goes way back. Alright, let's do a little bit of rail fanning, shall we? Let's see, what's a good... I'll take you guys over... Let's see, let's do this one. Take you over to the Wave modular. Ooh, and let me grab the 180 camera. Thank you, Mystic. I appreciate that. Yep, this is the Missouri Pacific Mopac Colorado Eagle set. One of my favorites, probably my second favorite passenger train behind the California Zephyr. I'm debating. This is I'm kind of let's see how I want to put it this way. Maybe we'll see. It's been a while since I've run this this special at the club. It's just like I said, my biggest issue with the club is that it's really difficult to run more than one engine because of easy DCC. I wish I can burn it with the fiery passion. Because I've been spoiled by my Digitrack system and my iPad or the tablet controls. Like, this stupid thing is so useful that when I go back to using easy DCC, it's like I'm going back to the Stone Age. So, having to have two easy DCC controllers in my hand, trying to record, it proves to be a little bit of a challenge. And then trying to manually speed match both of them on the spot. Yep. Okay, let's get you guys over to Phoenix Point. Get those rail fanning shots. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Now, what I really need to do is I need to continue practicing my DCC installation. I just actually got in the mail today 3 more Digitrax decoders because I want to convert 3 more of my DC to DCC. And then once I get comfortable with that, I'm going to and funny you should say that. I was just getting ready to say I need to then graduate to installing Bunami decoders. Unfortunately, financially, I can't really buy that many Bunamis at the moment because I still need practice before I try to install a $130 decoder because I don't want to mess it up. So I need to get my skills up on that. All right, this is what I want to do. There we go. I think Bunami is the future. I am 100% biased in that opinion, but the fact that with Bunamis, they act like a normal decoder, but when you on the phone, you can control it, and you can program it on the spot, which is huge for consisting. And if you have an old, easy DCC layout like my club does, it is a game changer because then I can use my phone to consist and bypass easy DCC completely. And you don't need JMRI to program. You just program straight from the app. Like, I've been hugely adamant about Blunamis lately. But it's like I'm also really hesitant because I'm not hesitant on the product. I'm hesitant about my skill to install them because I don't want to burn out a $130 decoder. So it's like I got to practice. I got to get my button gear and I gotta experiment on Digitrax decoders, and then I got to experiment with Digitrax and Keep Alives, and then I'll graduate to installing them with speakers. Because right now I'm just practicing with my DCC ready locomotives. I kind of gotta I kind of understand that now, but now I need to continue practicing converting my DC over to DCC. So that's my next phase in my knowledge. And then I'll eventually graduate to, okay, now how do I install with the speakers, with the Keep Alive, get a little bit of practice on that. and then I'll finally graduate to a Blunami. Because, and the other thing I could do is buy Blunami and then just put it into a DCC Ray locomotive, but I also want the sound with it as well, so that's why I'm kind of, again, waiting and to keep alive with it. I really want to make sure I know what I'm doing before I start messing around with the Blunami decoders. So I've been constantly watching Solo Contracting YouTube channel because he does a lot of DCC installs. So I just been watching him on repeat, just trying to get into the muscle memory of how things work. But yeah, programming on the fly, it is huge. One of our club members has 2 engines with Blunamis in them. And it's like, he's just program. I see the 2 engines go by, and it's like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I'm just speed matching programming on the fly. It's like, that's why I love them so much. And he does it straight from the cell phone. Doesn't need to worry about getting a controller for EDCC. Can consist them. And it's just, it's a great way to do it. And it's like, the other cool thing about it is that I can put, once I get the Blunamis installed, what I really want to do is when I go to the club, or any club for that matter, regardless of what system they're using, what I would like to do eventually is put my app onto this phone here, put it on my wrist, and I can literally control my engine from my wrist, so that way I don't have to hold my phone everywhere I go, or the controller wherever I go. You know, I have the controller literally on my wrist to control. That's kind of the end game for me. Yeah, that's true. And you know, you saw what George said about N scale. They have like a test board, but it's really in its infancy because of just how big that Blunami transmitter has to be. So, yep. So, in due time, I think the technology will catch up. But again, N-Scale has so many other great things. You guys got T-Track, you guys got Kato, Microtrains, N-Rail. And yeah, speaking of the N-Scale layout, we had to move the N-Scale layout to another room. Another family member is moving in with us, so I had to vacate a room. The old N-Scale room is now becoming the paint studio, the build/paint studio, because I want to build. Fairy VR wants to do scenery, so we're getting that itch to do it. So we have a room dedicated to that. Our Lego and N-Scale got a little bit smaller, but they're all kind of on the same table, which I think will work out in the long run. So we've been busy with that. That's kind of another kind of IRL thing. So, yeah, Z-Scale, and T-Scale, or double T, I think. Z-Scale's growing on me just because of how much you can put in the space, even more than Z. So, or N, I should say. Hey, Sean, welcome. I think this is your first time here. An O-Gauger, nice. Feel like more an engineer? And that's the beauty. Great point. So that is the great thing about model railroading is that you can do whatever you wish to have fun in the hobby. I just don't think there's any other hobby like this. So you're perfectly right. O-Gauge, you have those big transformer controls. Yeah, you feel like more like an engineer. That's great. If you want to get more techie based, you know, you can do that too. If you want to stick to old school DC controlling the track, absolutely go for it. There's nothing wrong with it. I tend to bash Bachmann a lot, but Bachmann is important because it allows easy entry into the hobby, even though it is kind of expensive, but a DC set is always needed for the up-and-comers. That's why Bachman is so important. But yeah, even O gauge. Yep, absolutely. No. Man, we got a good mixture of scales being represented here. If you guys do any content on your channels, feel free to talk about what your latest videos are, what you do. Feel free to promote yourself. I am just one person that represents one particular scale, which is HO half of O 187 scale. And this hobby is just too big for one person, so feel free to talk about what you guys got coming up. You know, we have some N scalers, there's some S scalers, some live stream folks in here. So if you got something, feel free to talk about it. Like I've been saying, I'll be doing daily videos now, which will be my fun run minis. It's basically, it's like a short, but it's in horizontal mode, and you get a lot more details because it's actually in 4K. I used to make like an hour-long special fun run videos, but I decided to cut those down. Hey now. uh, the next time you have to work on an N-scale engine, get back to me on that. I can imagine, and trying to put those small wheels onto the trains, onto the tracks, and trying to swap out a coupler. I love N-scale, but my goodness, your maintenance work. But no, N-scale, I give a lot of props to N-scalers. NREL is leading the way, I think, in the model railroading hobby. You guys saw how many kids love those T-Track modulars. The T-Track community is just taking things to a whole new level. I love the fantasy elements that T-Track is bringing to the hobby. And I loved how at the last National Model Railroad show, NREL put this epic layout together of Fremont, of NREL, of T-Track, and put it all together in this massive, massive layout. So... Oh, wow, Sean, that's awesome. That is legit. See, and it's people like you. I don't have the brain power to try to make something like that. You guys who are manufacturers, producers, innovators, that is what it's all about. Taking the hobby to the next level. More power to you for sure. Gotcha. There are many, many people doing some amazing things, and we're starting to see the rise of independent manufacturers. So it sounds like Sean, you're slowly up and coming. Sounds like, Bernard from Mini Prints. We got a whole bunch of others. Yeah, that's awesome, right? Yeah, no, I personally don't do O scale again. I just do HO. I'm slowly dabbling into N scale T track in particular, and Lego. We're getting into L gauge as well. So those are kind of my three scales that I dabble in. You want to go back up to wind up? If that gives you nostalgia, go for it. Lord knows we need all the nostalgia and good vibes and all that fun jazz. That's great. Let me get you guys one camera view that we haven't had in a while. This is what I call the BCF Parts camera here. And this is our view from an abandoned factory. A little choppy on the bit right there, but this is like if you're inside a factory looking out on the rail line here. Quickly becoming one of my favorite camera views. I love this view too because it puts you in a role playing perspective that you can go back in time. And that's something that I think I want to capture when I do my permanent layout with these cameras. Like when I build buildings, you better believe I'm going to start thinking about the interior and how to put cameras inside them. Like it is quite something else. And then we got our rooftop here, which I don't know if I'm going to get to it in time. There we go. So this is kind of our rooftop view. This factory has the Daenerys Industries that makes dragon eggs from mystic powder. And also we'll have our plastic manufacturer to ship out Lego figures to vrfamily. So this building will be for that. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I will eventually put an operational spin on this layout. I'm using car cards to do operations with. And basically, this is the Icey Railway, where we take kind of real-life products and turn them into fantasy products. So we're taking, like, byproducts. For example, I know it's kind of fantasy, but we're taking, like, a Mystic Powder from Mystic Railroad's layout. We're going to ship them into this layout, whether it's going to be turned into dragon eggs for mom and son Railfan, and also into dinosaurs for the plumber. I love G-Scale because you can take it outside, and then sky's really the limit when you take things outside. If I ever get the opportunity to dabble into G-Scale, I already know that I'm going to do a logging railway for it. And I'm just going to get me one Climax, one Shea, and I can't remember the other articulated. Climax, Shea, Heisler. And I'll get a Heisler. With those three, have simple log and a caboose, and I'm satisfied. Yeah. So I also found out, guys, there's another kind of up-and-coming museum in my, well, it's about 30 minutes away from San Antonio. But they are laying the foundation for 7.5 gauge. I am excited. I heard about that. It's like, oh my God, yes. Hell yeah. That's awesome. And again, it's not necessarily my idea. I'm stealing this idea from Humanity Junction. He was doing that kind of with his layout and bringing the community in with items. One thing I've got to do for my layout is I got to make an ice packing facility because I am shipping Dragon Ice to the Riverside Transfer over on Humanity Junction's channel. So that is something that I need to get an HO scale. We do actually have an N scale, but I also want to have one on this layout. So I'm thinking on my left-hand side inner track where my turbine is parked, where the building is, I'm probably right between the two, I'll have my ice packing facility that we can ship out to the Riverside Transfer. And so let me also kind of talk about, yeah. So I thought about that, and it's like using the cards, it's perfect because I can role play that. And that's the beauty about operations, is that you can really put a lot of realism to it. But for me personally, it's about the role playing aspect. So it's like I have one box card that's going to be having dragon eggs in them to ship out. It's just, I love it. The gamer side of me comes out when I think about operations and what I want to, and where I want to take it. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, this is basically this is a Fremo layout. It uses the Fremo standards in HO scale. So you got the rail technically in the center. You use Anderson connections for the wiring, and you have technically 3 main bus lines. You have your main power bus line, you have your accessory bus line, and you have your, I believe it's an MRR bus line for all your signaling, which I'm not using the MMR system here. And technically this layout is actually what they call a Minime modular layout, because Minime is basically 12 inches wide, whereas the typical Fremo is up to 26 inches wide. A 1-to-1 scale, wow. That's awesome. Okay. Go get a refill. Oh, no, you meant UK. Yeah, gotcha. The UK, nice. So yes, this is the modulars. The corners are named David Wilding. We've got the center one here, which is the Wave modular. Behind me is Phoenix Point modular. To my back left is Harbor Point. And those are, and then over here we've got a makeshift duck under bridge, which is called Ghetto's Bridge. Nice. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about here, Lynn set up his Halloween decorations, and he's got this big inflatable dragon outside his house. It's awesome. Go check out his channel. He has, I think he has pictures, or his Facebook page as well is where he posts it. So eventually in the future, Harbor Point is going to get replaced, and it's going to be in substitution for Icey Mountain. Icey Mountain is basically going to be a left-hand turn with a switch going straight. It's going to go straight into the closet. And the closet is going to have the Kirby Yard interchange, which is where I'm going to store most of my trains, where I'm going to set up for ops and everything. That's why I kind of call it an interchange as well. And a yard. It's going to be a yard when I'm doing like fun run type of showcasing. And then it'll go and become an interchange when I do my actual ops. That is awesome. Yeah, if I ever get into live steam and rideable gauges, I want to keep it simple. Like, I don't want this big, long train. What I want is just to ride the rails and feel the rocking back and forth. I love that stuff. So the Galloping Goose is one that I really want to get in 7 1/4 scale. Or 7 1/2, depending on whatever the railway uses. But I'll show you guys the railway that I was able to be a part of before I moved to Texas. So this was actually a 7 1/2 gauge, not 7 1/4. But I'll show you. I'll show you. All right. So this was one of the club mates that I was part of with. Let's see. Let's do here. So this is the Bitter Creek and Western, basically a private 7 1/2 gauge railroad that he eventually opens up, and you can get invited by members. And so this is a CSX, I believe a 1200 switcher, if I remember correctly, and several UP boxcars. Let me see if I can find the... Yeah, so this was it right here. And I didn't record it, but I had the opportunity and blessing to actually drive this, and it was a huge bucket list item for me, and for me to not only to ride this, but also to drive it was incredible. It was incredible. I wouldn't get like live stream or anything like that. I want to keep it simple, so I'll probably get an electric diesel or an electric Galloping Goose. So that way all I got to worry about is charging it and not worrying, because this has like spark plugs, this has gas, this has oil. It has basically a typical engine in there. I think this had like a 2-cylinder engine in it, if I remember correctly. That's you got to maintain it just like any other engine. Oh yeah, and it has a hydraulic system for the brakes. So there's actually a lot that goes into maintaining this type of stuff. But it was it was such a fun experience. Just a fun experience going around. So, yeah, if you guys want to see that, I had to span this a couple times, but I just love it. There's something about it. Alright, I think what we'll do next is we'll get you guys on board this train. I'll get you guys some operation. Well, operation's a little bit tricky with 2 engines. Welcome back, Mystic. All right, let's get you guys over to here. So, as you can see, I've got a camera car. Again, for those of you who are new here, got a camera car system here that we can get you guys a POV view on the train itself. So, we'll get these guys kind of situated. All right. So now let's go ahead and we'll get the car on board, and we'll take it from there. All right. Oh, nice, Sean. Yeah, and thank you for your service as well. That's legit. Legit. Okay, so let's get you guys underway here. Get you guys set up with 2 cameras. Or am I just... Okay. What are you doing? All right, let me get this train underway, and then we'll get you guys on board. It's always tricky when you don't have these consistent because the decoder's a little bit different when it comes to their speeds. So I gotta do it manually and try to speed match them 100%. So it's always a challenge. Ooh, vodka and cranberry. That sounds good. Why is... Let's see. Oh, that's why, because I haven't set this up. Okay, let's see if I can get my... let's get you guys back to all the cameras. Oh yeah, Lynn, I'm there every Saturday. I try to have my alarm set to watch it. I've been... There's been several people that have asked me to go on Back on Track. Privately. I just haven't had... It's basically comes down to time, because usually when I'm watching other people's like podcasts and so forth, I'm usually doing work. I'm usually editing videos, game planning, the month, scheduling, and all that. Yeah, I love the Back on Track crew. They fantastic podcast. They stream what 9 a.m. on Saturdays, U.S. Central Time. Papa John, how are you? We are the cool cats, huh? The cool cats. All right, so welcome aboard train 4018 Mopac Eagle. Ooh, and I don't like how that flat car is rocking. I think there's a weight distribution problem. I can already tell it's leaning. Hang on, we gotta fix that. All right, let's see how that works. Yeah. Pre-train show jitters. Yeah, my hair is definitely receding, and you know what? I don't care. It's less hair to deal with. All right, so it looks like everything is good. So, again, welcome on board the Colorado Eagle. So, yeah, my next train that I'm kind of working on is I'm working on the Southern Pacific, Southern Crescent. And I'm working on the MKD Texas Eagle trains as well. So, those are kind of my next two passengers I'm working on. Oh, I just got your pictures, Len. Those are awesome. Very nice. All right, so as far as train shows, because you know we gotta talk about train shows. It's not model railroad thing without talking about train shows. So more than likely, New Braunfels is a go, because the U.S. got their crap together, and I'll just leave it at that. So I think New Braunfels is a go. And then I think it's more looking like 60-40 to Amherst, because there could, like I said, there's a new family member moving in with us, so I think we solved the pet issue. So I think it's looking even better to go to Amherst next year in January. Again, more to come on that. I'm not making any promises, but Amherst could be a go, but we'll see. Nice. So your club has an HO and N scale? That's pretty cool, if I understand that right. But yeah, list what train shows are coming up in your area. For the Texas area, again, I'm in San Antonio, so we have New Braunfels coming up in a couple... Wait, I actually need to check. Make sure it's not this weekend. Hang on. Make sure it's not this weekend. Okay, the 21st. So October 21st. So that's in 2 weeks. Yeah, so for 2 weeks for me, we've got the New Braunfels train show, which I think is the best one in the area, locally. So I will be attending that one. And then the next one after that would be January Amherst if everything lines up correctly. Like I said, we're 60-40 for Amherst because we still got to look into planes, rental cars, hotel, all that stuff. $90 minutes away. Yeah. Yeah, and again, I gotta we gotta fly down there. Nickel plate, nice. Nickel plate railroad. This is definitely one of my favorite viewpoints here. Seeing the big boy up front with the two tenders and the diesel right on the bottom there. It is one heck of a perspective. Yeah, Amherst is in Springfield, Massachusetts. Yep, Springfield, Massachusetts. And the issue about Springfield is like the airport situation. That's what's kind of getting me a little bit. Yep. It is a small scale. So you trade off. It's a trade-off. Again, it really comes down to, what's in your local area for clubs. Do you prefer to have a large layout, or, do you want to have, bigger trains? I mean, that's the great thing about the hobby. There's something for everyone, and I just don't think any other hobby has something like this. I mean, Lego is still part of trains, in my opinion, but Lego is pretty close there too, with what you can do. And I would even argue Lego is a little bit more ahead than your typical scale because you can take it outside. The locomotives are battery powered with a Bluetooth controller nowadays, and the track's not necessarily. I mean, you gotta be careful with weather from time to time, but yeah, yeah. For me, what I farm out or what I typically buy is buildings and scenery. But I do want to get into to building. I've got so many kits I gotta start off. Again, guys, if you have stickers for your channels or railways, over on my website, rayronvr.com, I've got a little navigation button that says P.O. Box. And you can send me those stickers to the P.O. Box. And I will put it on the sticker whiteboard there. So that way each time we live stream, you can see those stickers. Also, a reminder, next week is the San Antonio Motor Railroad Association general meeting next Friday, so I will not be streaming next week. It'll be an off for that. And we will be back in 2 weeks with the next Icey Railway podcast. See, and that's exactly what the hobby is about. Having fun with it. Matter of fact, I gotta bring out my Godzilla. Because I've got a Godzilla and an Ice Dragon. I gotta bring those two out. Yep. Matter of fact, let's do another... we're gonna take a blast from the past. Take a blast from the past here. I'm gonna go to videos. So, when I first started, and those of you who are OG to the channel know that I had a 4 modular set called the Mystic Lands. That has since been retired in favor for the Icey Railway. But I do need to get the stuff that was on that layout back up and going. So this was a layout that I could convert from DC to DCC. And that's something that I do miss is my DC layout. So yeah, I had the Southern Crescent running here. Here's the dragon back here. So like I call this the Dragonville, and you can see there's the Bachman Easy Track. And this is going back to when I had my older cell phone and didn't have any of the GoPros. I was still trying to figure out my video recording. Here's the building that we have the camera in. And then out to the distance right there, you can see Godzilla in the city. So this is definitely taking it back. Yeah, I really... And matter of fact, these 2 modulars are the ones that are sitting on the side right now. They got damaged during the move, and I got to fix some track. I may actually gut that completely. I thought you did, Mystic. Yeah, I thought you did. Yeah, I got a Southern Crescent. It was one of those impulse buys. Because the whole train set I got for like $50. It was a steal. And it's like, I need to get this. But yeah, I had a whole city on this side. There's the Godzilla. I had like the Sears Tower there, the Freedom Tower. All these are packed up right now. But I need to bring those out again. Because I want to get the city onto this layout somehow. I know the scales aren't right. It's more N/Z scale buildings, but I YOLO it. And yeah, I had the tenders back then too. His little Chrysler building back there. So, memories. Old school memories. So yeah, those 2 modulars today are right there on the side. And I still... The issue is obviously space. I don't have really a space for that type of layout anymore. But I like, to be honest, I like this layout better. One is DCC. And I can put a lot of bigger trains on it. So this railway is run off of Digitrax. I've got a DCS-52 Zephyr controller that I use for my command station. I eventually plan on going overkill and get a 240 command station with 220 boosters. And we are going to incorporate JMRI with the block detection, with the dispatch board and everything. We're going to go full on out with Digitrax. I do have a How Far Can We Take Digitrax series that I'm working on. I just haven't gone around to really getting anything new because of just life reasons. Hey, that's awesome. So if I remember correctly, again, it's kind of expensive too. There is a Star Trek train from, oh goodness. Oh, what's it called? Shoot, I forgot the name of the company. That they have unique fantasy trains, but super expensive because you gotta do like a subscription-based service, and it's like $50 a car. I can't for the life of me remember the name of it. Yeah, I can understand that. It does get quite pricey, and I finally reached a point in my model railroading career that a club requires metal wheels. So I'm in that phase of swapping all my plastic wheels for metal wheels. So that's become a big pain. And then just getting the decoders. That's been really slowing me down. And matter of fact, the two, now that I think about it, you guys can actually see the two big 4x4 sheets that made up that layout. It's actually in the closet right now. I am going to repurpose a good chunk of those 4 modulars. I may, even with the switching layout, I'm not sure if I want to use these 2 for switching layouts. I may do it. But yeah. So as we make the corner here, inside the closet, you'll see those 2 4x4 tabletops. Along with the legs for it. But imagine there'll be another switch track going straight into that closet. And that closet will have my Kirby Yard interchange. So yeah. And then all the way in the back, I've got 2 more modulars that are single track mainline. That's why I'm not using them on this layout. One of them is Beginner's Run. Actually, no, I got 3. I got Beginner's Run, which is 2-track main. I've got Memorial Pass, and then I have Beginner's Run. Oh, Model Power, nice. See, those are the true. I miss like really entry level. I mean, I consider Bachmann entry level nowadays, but you back when you had like Tyco, Model Power, back in the Toys R Us section. Oh, those really bring me back to the days. I love those old school cars and sets. Yeah, potentially. Me personally, I don't like buying from eBay anymore because everyone tends to be an expert on the value of an antique, and it just drives the price up. I tend to buy a lot more from Facebook Marketplace nowadays, but it also has its issues. Like, you really gotta be careful on the Facebook Marketplace from time to time. Obviously, the best place to go is train shows. It would always be probably the best place to go if you're fortunate enough to have a train show near you. The New York Central, yep. I'm debating. I've been trying to pull the trigger on it. I just haven't been able to get the money lined up. Um, Let me. There's one NYC locomotive that I really want, and what I'm gonna do with it, it's gonna be borrowed power. Like, I'm gonna pretend that the MKD borrowed an NYC engine. I think it's a Hudson. Yeah, the Vanderbilt Hudson. Uh-oh. Oh, I hope they have the one I want. Let's see. Vanderbilt. Oh, they don't have that anymore? Ooh. That's a game changer. Trainwell used to have a special edition red Vanderbilt Hudson. I don't think they have it anymore. Oh, don't tell me that. Vanderbilt, Hudson. Oh, no, they still have it. Ooh, that scared me for a minute. That scared me for a minute. All right, Real Fan K, thank you so much. I appreciate that, good sir. Nice. Yep, take it easy. I'll see you on Sunday. Kansas City Southern, nice. Technicalities. Love it. So something that I was thinking about doing is taking this engine. So this is the Vanderbilt Hudson from Training World. This is a special edition paint scheme, the Peacemaker scheme. And I love the red and gray. And I think this will make great borrowed power for my MKD cars. And even for my Rock Island cars as well. Because I've got some red Rock Island passenger cars. And so this is on my hit list. And it's on sale too. Ugh. I didn't realize that. It used to be 480, but now it's 360. It's like, oh, that's actually pretty good. Paragon, is it Paragon 4? Yeah, it's Paragon 4 too on top of that. I didn't realize it was on sale. Crap. But yeah, I've been wanting one of these for a while. Yeah, good old Lifelike. That's why usually Lifelike I have to remotor. Nice. NKP. See, this is why I love model railroading, is because there's always a railroad for someone. And if one person specializes in it, you know, we can share that. Like I said, I tend to collect UP transitional era and their fallen flags equivalent. MP, SP, MKD, Denver Rio Grande. Let's see. Chicago Northwestern. Yeah. You got 4, nice. Yeah, I've got NYC cars, and I've got a River Rossi Hudson. No, not Hudson. I can't remember the exact name of it. And maybe it is, man. No, maybe it is a Hudson. I'll have to look at it again. But I haven't been focusing on it because I've been so just focused on my UP stuff and getting on my UP to DCC. Because with the 3 decoders that I got in today, I'm planning on getting this guy converted to DCC. So this is the Greyhound scheme Northerner. So I plan on getting this bad boy converted. It's one of my projects. And then I got a Sun Pacific Mikado that I'm going to convert as well. So just a lot of practice. The water routes from New York to the Windy City. Nice. Yeah, one of these days. I said, Fairy VR is going to do an Amtrak ride, so we'll get some photos and hopefully some content there. But I told her, it's like, just enjoy the trip first. If you can get videos and photos, I'll appreciate it. But that's, secondary. Man, this thing likes to crash on me a lot. Okay. Oh man, I'm trying to figure out which one was that. I've watched so much streams, so many videos, it all blurs together. I need to refresh my brain. I know he came out with one. Oh yeah, the Bigboy, the shops. Yes, I did watch that one. Yep. So that's when they were at the YouTube meet and greet, and I've been to those shops before. I didn't. This was before I took YouTubing really seriously, but I did a business trip to F.E. Warren. Well, not F.E. Warren. Cheyenne. To Cheyenne downtown area. And was able to get a tour of the shops. The Bigboy wasn't there. I think it was on its Texas. No, what was it doing? It was. Oh, where the heck was the Bigboy when I went down there? I think it was on its way to Ogden, Utah for the anniversary of the Golden Spike when I went. So both the Bigboy and the 844 weren't there, but got to see the Challenger, got to see the Centennial that was there, and in the shop proper. But was able to go see 4004 again. Was able to go see 4005. But again, that was long before this channel. Before I really focused hardcore on this channel. Nice. Again, it's another bucket list item to get all the big boys on this channel. I've got one. We got 4018, which is actually the one that I'm running here. So when we went up to Texas, we went to the transportation museum that's up there, and we got our first big boy on the channel. And we actually were able to go inside of it, which was even more amazing. Yeah, it's quite something. Oh man, you live in Palestine? It wasn't that. That's where the Norfolk Southern derailed, wasn't it? Or near that area? Were you affected by it? Oh damn. If I'm guessing right. So yeah, here's 4018 in all of her glory. I mean, this is one of the wheels. One of the wheels is almost as tall as I mean, it is. It's pretty much as tall as a person. It's insane how big these engines are. I mean, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Really? Okay, now you piqued my interest. Okay, well, I'll take another field trip here in a second. So yeah, this is 4018. And then this is inside 4018. That's the tender. Now, if you guys didn't know, the Big Boy was so massive that it doesn't have a typical firebox. You actually shovel the coal into the furnace. It was actually connected via this screw, and it was actually an automated system to get the coal from the tender to the furnace. And I'm glad I was able to get the shot because it puts into perspective just how much coal this thing freaking carried. And then there's the main controls, the engineer, conductor, fireman. So cool. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, Sean, you need to get a YouTube channel, get that going. I really want to see that footage. Like, that'll be interesting. We need, so, this is, yeah, I don't want to spoil it. Every time we have, like, a hobby store closing, every time we have like, a manufacturer that goes under, each time a club or layout goes under, or, people retire, clubs close, layouts get, dismantled. Us YouTubers, us sharing the hobby, there needs to be 4, 5, 6 people that need to just start a channel to make up for that. So I've always been a big advocate. If you have a voice, if you have a layout, or even if you have just something that you can bring to the table for model railroading, start the channel, because we need channels out there to keep this hobby going. And I firmly believe that YouTube is going to be a good staple in the future of this hobby, because it's allowing us to show layouts like never before. We get to travel with a person to a train show like never before. It really opens up the door. And it's getting to the point that we can operate over the internet. So. Oh my god. It burned your eyes and throat? Holy crap. Dude. That's nuts. I'm glad you're with us today, man. Jeez. Yeah, that in itself is a video series. Just like a documentary of you actually being there. I tell you what, that is a great story to share. And I think you're the first person in our little community or family sphere on YouTube that has actually experienced that too. Dang. That's crazy. Man, that's nuts. Oh no, Papa John. And it melted the shell too? Oh, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Uh-oh. What did I do? Why? Okay, hang on. All the cameras. I don't know why I decided to freeze on my end. So I could still go on your guys' end. Man, that's... Oof. At least with the shell, I mean, I know it's melted down, but you can potentially use that and put on a flat car now. There's always ways of doing it. Oh, gotcha. Oh, an E9. Oh, by AHM. No. Oh, crap. A Burlington, too. Oof. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Ugh. But again, the beauty of the hobby is you just take the shell off, you know, put it as a scenery piece now, maybe put it into like a diner type of thing, or put it on a flat car. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, screen, what are you doing? Why are you not capturing correctly now? Oh, because I minimized it. That's why. Okay, now you're not cooperating at all. There we go. Jeez. This is why I need one more computer screen. Wow, that's crazy. You have the power. Only melts a little bit. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I've been, knock on wood, fortunate enough to not to have like a dramatic experience with a burning or the motor's toast. Yeah. Are there any pre-orders you guys looking forward to? I know my GS4s got pushed back to November. I saw that update, and it's like figures. Supposed to come out over the summer, then it got pushed back to September. Now it got pushed back to November. Oh well, c'est la vie. I was hoping to get the GS4s in for my mega project, but that did not happen. However, it may be here for a stream. Oh, but no, but it's the end of November. Oh well. Let's see here. What shot do I want? Let's do... You know what? We haven't done the 180 camera in a while. Let's get you guys this shot. There's just something about watching a train go around in circles. I know it's not everyone's forte, but I grew up with the stereotypical train going around the Christmas tree. And it has stuck with me ever since. Let's see here. I wonder if I should try this. But I need... let's see here. Alright. Tell you what, let's do something we haven't done in a while. I just gotta remember how this works, because it has been a hot minute since I've used this. But, I'm thinking we try our drone camera. But you guys need to bear with me. It has been a hot minute since I've flown this. Settings. Alright, so we need to enter device. Oh boy. Okay, I think we're ready. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop off the phone camera. Alright. Fine, they're actually nice. Oh, don't hit the train. Alright. Alright, so this is the Dragon Cam. I won't make it full screen just because I'm more concerned with, I don't want to get you guys sick. I appreciate that, Sean. So, this is the drone cam. It's kind of like a little helicopter chasing the train here. Getting a little bit better with flying this, though. Now, eventually, there is a higher resolution. This is 720p resolution. And that's definitely the ceiling fan. It's not 100% calibrated, which is why I'm kind of struggling to keep it steady. Oh, come back here. So there's the sticker wall there. I get about 15 minutes worth of flight time on these batteries. It's not too bad. It came with 2 batteries. Ah. Time to land. All right. Awesome. So that's a little bit of the drone camera there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Yep, definitely find it to be relaxing. Yeah, so the whole this is basically a security camera system that I got off of Amazon. It can go up to 4K whenever streaming goes to 4K. These are 4K cameras that got connected, and they go into a not Hodgepodge, a Elgato capture card, which then goes into OBS. Is the way I've got it configured. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think a lot of the Missouri Pacifics that was still around when Union Pacific bought it. Obviously, they bought it back in 1982 for the merger. And they still had a lot of Mopac around. Cool. Let's get these guys to this view. I haven't done this view in a bit. The drone, if you're talking about the drone, yeah, it works nice outside. It's just the quality, because the quality is just not where I want it to be. I just need to, and I want to get a drone. This is a very cheap entry-level drone, so it doesn't have auto leveling. So the next drone that I get is going to make sure it has auto leveling so I can watch it when the train goes by. Is the water new? As far as this modular, this module just has it painted blue. There's no water technically on it, but that's where it's going to be in the future. I still got to put like the resin down for the water, or the epoxy. Yeah, no, this it's been like this ever since I put it up. But I still, where you see the white, I'm actually gonna put brown paint because I want to put sand, because it's gonna be like a beachside type of deal. Heavily inspired from Daryl's layout a little bit. I like the idea of having like a waterfront there. Get you guys back on board. But yeah, hopefully everyone has a good and safe holiday weekend. For those of you who are in the United States, we have Columbus Day / Indigenous People Day, whatever you call it nowadays. So hopefully you have it off. If not, hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Yep, the T1 Trust. I came so close to buying a portion of that engine with the PRR plate, so that way they can actually build it. But I couldn't line up the money to do it, because I wanted to help build the Trust for the T1, for the PRR, if that's the one that's the one you're talking about. Because none of the T1s survived, so they're trying to build one from scratch. And there's another YouTube channel that's been covering that content pretty thoroughly. I can't remember the name though, top of my head. I think it's like PRR 844 or something like that. I can't remember. Let me check, because I think I can find that answer out actually fairly easily. Uh, 844 Steam Train. He's the one that's been covering, yeah. Let's see, Icey Station. So yeah, right here. 844 Steam Train, YouTube channel. He's been following that project very, very closely. He hasn't posted in a while. Hopefully he's doing okay. Oh, interesting. He's been doing other things. Huh, okay. Well, that's probably why. But yeah, he's got some good videos. So yes, and it's not gonna be a tip. So I've been trying to figure out how to do a backdrop with modular railroad, and I think I've got it figured out. I just need to. It's not an easy answer. Let me see if I can describe it as best as I can. So on these modulars, they're 12 inches wide, and I don't know if I can bring it. Where's the camera view? Oh, this one. So what I'm trying to do is, you can see I've got this little shelf right here that connects to the main modulars. These are modular scenery pieces I'm putting together. And you can see I've got a piece of wood on the 90 degrees here. Well, what I plan on doing is moving this backdrop, or this piece of backwood, moving a little bit forward, so that way I have a little lip on the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp the behind of the lip of the shelf that's going to be exposed to the back. And then those clamps will kind of have like a giant support where I can put a backdrop on that section of scenery. So that way I have modular scenery and I can put up modular backdrops. So I'm really taking the concept of modular design to the next level. So that way I can have modular scenery, modular industry, and if I feel like putting like a different scene, I can do that. So yes, it is in the works in the future. This shelf that you see here is kind of a prototype of that modular scenery. And I've got 2.0 in concept drawn phase right now. I just got to build it. And it's been too hot in San Antonio to go to my garage and build it. But now that's cooled off a little bit, I may actually do that on Monday. So, kind of answer your question there. Oh, nice. What happened to the Challenger? So if you're talking about the 38, oh my goodness, I should know this number. So the Challenger that was at the shop in Cheyenne, it was donated to the I believe the Illinois Train Museum. It was part of what was called the hospital train, and they donated a Centennial diesel, the Challenger, a 5511 steamer, several coaches, several cabooses to the museum, and they're currently being retrofitted. Let me see if I can actually find the latest news on that, now that you mentioned it. Recently, they got the Centennial up and going. I did a video on that on my channel saying that the Centennial diesel is fully operational again, and they did a couple of test runs on it. The Illinois Railway Museum, I believe. Hang on. Is it this one? I think it is. See, Challenger 3985. Silvis, Illinois. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, here's some. This is from trains.com. So here's 3985, and they're removing the cab because they're getting ready to do a complete overhaul of the engine. So 3985 will be back on the rails, just under the Union Pacific flag. It'll be part of this museum, and it'll be back on excursion tours. Hopefully not too much in the distant future. It's, yeah, hot in Ohio too, I can imagine. Yeah, last operated in 2010. The Railroad Museum. Also got, the 210-2, 5511. The DDA 40X, that's our Centennial diesel. And then, number 6936. It was part of the hospital train that went down to Silvis, Illinois. So yeah, making great progress. Can't wait. Man, we're going to live in a time where we have the Big Boy, we have a Northerner, we've got a Challenger, we've got a Centennial, and we got the 410-2 all operational. It is a great time to be a freaking Union Pacific fan right now. Or just a rail fanner and a model railroader just in general. It's going to be amazing to see. Obviously, the 611, the Queen Steamer, Norfolk Western, is going to be back on his tour again. Oh, it's a good time. It's a good time. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find that Centennial footage. Let's see. That'll be under my Icey Rail News. Where are ya? Right here. And then I need the source, which was here. Yeah, so it's the Railroading Heritage of the Midwest America. So here's a photo of the Centennial, the 6936. Let's see if we can find... Oh, so here's the latest progress. So there's that 410-2. And there's our Challenger. Being all disassembled and gutted. But yeah, they're working on both engines at the same time. Everyone thought that they were going to work on the Challenger first. But when they started releasing photos, they've also said that they're working on both engines at the same time to get them restored. Incredible footage. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. You know that when they put the Challenger and the Big Boy back together and the consist, that's going to be the most photographed consist probably of all time. The Big Boy is already the #1 most photographed engine in the world. But can you imagine having the Challenger and the Big Boy with it? It's going to be nuts to see. So there's the insides of the boiler there. Yeah, she's pretty much gutted. Which is actually a really, really good sign. Going through all the rivets. Crazy. Okay, so this was the footage. This was the footage of the Centennial being operated on. Beautiful. Just beautiful to see. So beautiful to see. Man, they've got a lot of volunteers to get the Centennial up and going, to get the 5511 and the Challenger. That's incredible. And that's why Union Pacific Steam Team donated all these engines, because they just don't have the volunteers that this museum has to get all these engines back up and running. But yeah, just Google or YouTube the Heritage Train, and you'll see all the equipment that they've donated. What a time. What a time. All right, let's get you guys back on board here. It was pretty cool too, because the Steam team, before they donated the equipment to Illinois, they did like a snapshot of the Bigboy, the 844, the Challenger, and the 5511 all outside the Steam shop for like the very last time in Cheyenne, and it was quite a scene. It's crazy. Trying to see if that picture exists. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff. Got a couple coaches. Quite something. So that 5511 is what's called a Santa Fe type. Interesting. Yeah, no problem, Sean. I do my best to share knowledge. Get you guys, if you want to look up something, I try to I try to be the gateway for model railroading. I'm passionate about this stuff. I've been around railroading, the model railroading hobby for almost 20 years now. I started when I was very, very young, and naturally grew up around Union Pacific, so that's why I'm so big into them. I'm not really knowledgeable, so I can point you in other directions. If you like European stuff, Anthony Dodge is a good channel. If you like Australian stuff, you got Artie. Trying to think who else is out there. O Gauge, Eric's Trains is a good one. If you just like learning how to rebuild, remodel, refurbish engines, SMT Mainline's good. And everyone here in the chat, we've got a lot of YouTubers that do stuff here. So one of these days I'll have a massive compilation of everyone's YouTube channels. So it's like, this hobby is so big that here's a full list of all the YouTubers. But, time. It's going to be like your one-stop shop of if you're trying to find something to watch, here's a whole list. If you really want to learn about technical side of the hobby, let's see, Humanity Junction's good. If you want to learn okay. Take it easy, Papa John. Have fun at your train shows. It's pretty cool. You guys pretty much have a train show every freaking weekend. Hopefully you find something good. Yeah, I don't do a lot of the scenery slash, scratch builds type of content. Um, there's a YouTube called New Tracks Modeling that shows a lot of that stuff. There's a podcast that happens every Sunday around 7 p.m. Central Time. It's called Sidetrack Sundays. They have a lot of great people there that do a lot of scratch builds. So, train show, then rail fanning train depot. That sounds like heaven to me. That sounds like heaven. Nice. I look forward to watching them. That's another thing too. Is like YouTube has allowed us to rail fan from anywhere across the pretty much the globe. Like, the other day I was watching Artie's videos from Australia, watching the Garrett go by, and him actually riding the Garrett train. My goodness, that was so cool. So you grew up with Penn Central, Conrail, now Norfolk Southern. Nice. So I gotta ask you, what do you think about the CSX Conrail Heritage Unit? Because I'm happy that CSX is finally coming out with their heritage schemes. I do like how it's got like the CSX in the front and then fades to the heritage unit in the back. It's like the way I interpretate that is underneath the CSX. You got what built CSX, which is pretty cool. Oh, you got to see a PRR G1 or PR go to the scrapyard. Oh man. Yeah, when I went to the train museum in Texas by Dallas, there was a GG1. I was like, cool, I get to see my first up close GG1. Two weeks to Medina train show. Okay. Man, it must have been a scene. It's a shame. I wish we could have saved more of our railroading past and heritage, but I understand that they got to get scrapped for economy's sake. But I'm glad that some engines were able to be rescued. And I'm just happy that we're living in an era that we have a Bigboy that's fully back and operational. A Challenger's about to get operational again. Like, what a time to be alive. All got sold to Mexico. Interesting. Did not know that. All right. All right, we'll go ahead and park our engine there. And I think we'll call it a night. So, all right, guys, in recap, thank you guys so much for coming out today. Almost streamed for a good 2.5 hours. Again, if you missed the announcements earlier this morning, again, thank you guys so much we reached over the 2,500 subscriber mark. You guys are amazing. You guys are knocking it out of the park. We're on track to get hopefully 3,000 by the end of the year, which is crazy to say the least. And we're about 750 watch hours away from getting those emotes and getting memberships unlocked, those super chats unlocked. So definitely excited. You guys make all this possible. Again, you guys decide when we reach these milestones, and I'm along for the ride. I love it. I love every bit of this hobby. And thank you guys so much for coming out. And thank you guys so much. If you guys are watching this on the replay, thank you so much for watching the entire video. Again, it helps get us towards the emotes for these live streams and those membership badges and all of those nice perks for the channel. So with it, guys, and also one last thing, Rayron minifigures, you can get them on the mini print store right here. Again, I will drop that link again. So if you want a minifigure of Rayron VR, officially on Mini Print's website, and variety of different scales, N, H, O, S, and O. I'll probably be doing a video about this as well. Hopefully I'll get out this week. But definitely excited. Again, you can get them. They are available, and hopefully you guys have fun. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and take off. Thank you guys so much. Have a great and safe holiday weekend for those of you in the U.S. And with that, I'll see you guys later, and have a good night.
That's where I'll go straight into the vast unknown. We get lost from each other, we don't have to find a way back. When we get lost from each other, we can go anywhere, yeah. That's where I'll go straight into the vast unknown. Can we get lost found each other, we don't have to find a way back. Can we get lost? Found each other, we don't have to find a way back.